Hey guys, hey, Pringles Pro, Greg Bohannan here, and I'm coming to you in quarter one of 2018, and we're going to bring you a tip each quarter of this year. You know, when I think of first quarter, January, February, March, man, I think of shallow cranking. You know, and my tip, I'm going to talk about shallow cranking, but my tip this week is going to be on picking the right rod. I think that's one of the most important things about shallow cranking that you can do is pick the right rod. You know, we're out here on Beaver Lake today. We're gonna try to catch some and show you some fish today. But this particular rod, you know, it's a team Custom Pro in the ledge series designed by Mark Rose by Luz. You know, and I pried this rod right here 2 years ago out of Mark Rose's hand. We were working a charity event together, and he had a prototype, and I knew I would be cranking a lot in that Coastal Championship. Probably an A10, a wigglewort style bait. And so I wanted to test that new rod. Mark said, hey, look, man, there's only 2 in existence, and you have to be very careful with them. So he reluctantly, I got it away from him. I took it to that championship. You know, and I started throwing a wigglewort when I was 10 years old. So I've been throwing a wigglewort for over 30-something years. That is the finest rod that I've ever thrown that type of bait on. And when I talk about the importance of a rod, you need a rod that is long. You want to make a long cast. This rod is 7.6. We got to have that distance out there to get that bait out there. You've got to have a great tip on a rod. This has a great soft tip action on the rod. When I bend that rod, you know, we have a good soft rod. That gives you distance when you cast the rod, but you also need, when you turn on that fish, you need a backbone. So when I turn on a fish, that rod stops bending down in here, and I'm able to drive the hooks in the fish. You know, I went through a period in my career for a couple years that I lost a lot of fish, and I was throwing a crankbait rod that bent all the way down to the handle, and I am not a fan of that. So I think Mark's done a great job designing this rod. So if I can give you a tip on springtime shallow cranking, get you a Luz ledge small crankbait rod. Mark has 3 in that ledge series. This is the small one, and you're going to throw everything like this skirmish A10, a wigglewort, a square bill, a shad wrap. Where I throw all those on this crankbait 1 rod. And I tell you what, since I've started throwing that rod, my hookup percentage of those fish making it into the boat has went dramatically up. And so I'm sold on this rod. I love it. We're going to go out here on Beaver Lake and hopefully show you some fish here in just a little bit. So I pair it with a magnesium 6/8 to 1 reel. I don't like a high-speed reel this time of year. I don't like a slow reel, so I want that 6/8 to 1 good medium speed reel. You want to keep that bait coming, deflect it off the rocks, deflect it off everything. So great setup for early spring. So if I give you a tip, my tip today is pick the right rod when you're shallow cranking. Let's go catch some. Bass. Good spot. Look at that smallmouth. That's what you call eating it, man, eating it. Isn't that awesome? That rod's got a great tip where I can just flop them into the boat. So I absolutely love that. Love crankbait fishing in the spring. It's awesome.